everyone. One more topic from service quality management. We have finished a discussion about special characteristics of service, service blueprinting, quality function deployment, and today we turn to a new concept that's about service encounters, which is termed as the foundation for satisfaction and service quality. Service encounter, sometimes we can call it as moments of truth. We can say that is especially from the customer's point of view, the most vivid impression of service occurs in service encounter or moments of truth when the customer interacts with the service firm. For example, you can imagine the service encounters of a hotel customer. This hotel customer experiences, that is the service encounter he experiences, first interaction comes, that is the first stage, that is checking into the hotel. Okay, that is the first encounter. Then being taken to room by a bell person, that is second. Then eating a restaurant meal, then requesting a wake up call, and then checking out. You could think of the linking of these moments of truth as a service encounter cascade. It is in these encounters that customers receive a snapshot of the organization's service quality, and each encounter contributes to the customer's overall satisfaction and also the willingness to do the business with the organization again. Okay. That is the customer point of view. Okay. And think about the organization point of view. From an organization point of view, each encounter presents an opportunity to prove its potential as a quality service provider and to increase the customer loyalty. The firm gets an opportunity to prove its potential, right? I hope now you got an idea about what a service encounter is. It is simple. Listen, after making a purchase decision, the customer move on to the core of the service experience. Right. So this core of the service experience is service encounter stage. So in this service encounter stage, the customer interacts directly with the service firm. Suppose a customer is interacting with a firm for the first time. The initial encounter will create a first impression of the organization. For a customer, there is no other basis for judging the organization. So the initial phone contact or a face-to-face experience with a representative of the firm, it is very important for forming customers' perceptions of quality. Here one important point you have to understand, that is service encounters range from high contact to low contact. That is, services involve different levels of contact with the service operation. Some service encounters can be very brief or may consist of a few steps. For example, a customer calls a customer contact center or uses a service app. Some encounters may have longer time frame and may involve multiple interactions of varying degrees of complexity. For example, a visit to an amusement park. It might last all day. Thus, we can group services into 3 levels of customer contact. These represent how much customers interact with service personnel, physical service elements, or both. You see this figure, levels of customer contact with service firms. Here we can recognize that the level of customer contact covers a spectrum. It's useful to examine the differences between the services at the high and low ends. For example, you can notice that traditional retail banking, person-to-person phone banking, and internet banking are located in very different parts of the chart, but may deliver the same basic banking transactions such as funds transfer, right? So what do you mean by high contact service? A high contact service means there is direct contact between customers and the firm throughout the entire service delivery. From this perspective, we can say a hospital is a health treatment factory and a restaurant is a food service factory. Okay. Here, when customer visit the facility where service is delivered, they enter a service factory. Okay, then what do you mean by low contact services? You can see at the opposite end of the spectrum, low contact services involve little physical contact. And then, what do you mean by low contact services? You can see at the opposite end of the spectrum, low contact services. It involves little physical contact between customers and service providers. For example, customers conduct their insurance and banking transactions by mail, telephone, and internet. Logic suggests that not all encounters are equally important in building relationship. For every organization, it is different. That is, there will be certain encounters which is probably key to customer satisfaction. For example, we can say Marriott hotels. It is the early encounters that are most important. But in a hospital context, the study of patients revealed that encounters with nursing staff, that is, the interactions with nursing staff, were more important in predicting satisfaction. Okay, that is in a hospital context, that is more important than the encounters with meal service or patient discharge personnel. Okay. So we can say a service encounter occurs every time a customer interacts with the service organization. Okay, got the point. Now let's move on to the next part, types of service encounters. Actually, there are three general types: remote encounters, phone encounters, and face-to-face encounters. A customer may experience any of these types of encounters or a combination of all three. Okay, first we will look at what is remote encounters. These encounters can occur without any direct human contact. That is, when a customer interacts with a bank through the ATM system, or with a retailer through its internet website, or with a mail order service through automated dial-in ordering. Okay. Remote encounter also occur when a firm sends its billing statements or communicates other types of information to customers by mail. So there is no direct human contact in these remote encounters. And these encounters, that is this remote encounters, represents an opportunity for the firm to reinforce or establish quality perceptions in the customer. So here, that is in remote encounters, the tangible evidence of the service and the quality of the technical processes and the system become the primary basis for judging quality. Now, more and more services are being delivered through technology, particularly with the advent of internet applications. For example, retail purchases, airline ticketing, repair and maintenance, troubleshooting, and package and shipment tracking are just few examples of services available via internet. So, all of these types of service encounters can be considered remote encounters. Okay. Next is phone encounters. That is, in many organizations, such as insurance companies, telecommunication, the most frequent type of encounter between an end customer and the firm occurs over the telephone. That is known as phone encounters. Almost all firms, that is whether goods manufacturers or service manufacturers, depend on phone encounters in the form of customer service, and for general inquiry or order taking function. Okay. The judgment of quality in phone encounters is entirely different from remote encounters because there is a great potential of variability in the interaction. Variability in the sense that variableness in the tone of voice, employee knowledge, and effectiveness or efficiency in handling customer issues. All these things become an important criteria for judging quality in these encounters. And the third type is face-to-face encounter. It is one that occurs between an employee and the customer in direct contact. Imagine at Disney theme parks, face-to-face encounters occur between customers and ticket takers, maintenance personnel, actors in Disney character costumes, ride personnel, food and beverage servers, and others. So, determining and understanding service quality issues in face-to-face context is the most complex. So, here both verbal and non-verbal behavior are important determinants of quality, as are tangible cues such as employee dress and other symbols of service. Other symbols of service means equipment, informational brochures, and physical setting. Okay. So in face-to-face encounters, one more thing is that the customer also plays a role in creating quality service for herself through her own behavior during the interaction. Okay, we have seen the importance of service encounters in building quality perceptions and ultimately influencing customer satisfaction. So, researchers have extensively analyzed the service encounters in many contexts to determine the sources of customers' favorable and unfavorable perceptions. So, on the basis of thousands of service encounter stories, four common themes, that is recovery, adaptability, spontaneity, and coping, These have been identified as the sources of customer satisfaction or dissatisfaction in memorable service encounters. So, I will explain each of the themes. First one, recovery. That means employee response to service delivery system failures. Recovery theme includes all incident in which there has been a failure of the service delivery system and an employee is required to respond in some way to consumer complaints and disappointments. For example, if a customer lost his room reservation but the manager gave him the VP suite for the same price. Okay, in that case, the customer receives a satisfactory experience, right? Obviously, he will remember the recovery experience favorably. Then again, let's check when this service encounter theme recovery became unsatisfactory. For example, a customer had made advance reservations at the hotel. When he arrived, he found he had no room. Okay, so there is no explanation, no apologies, and no assistance in finding another hotel. In that case, we can say it is dissatisfactory. Okay. Next theme is adaptability. Adaptability means employee response to customer needs and requests. That means here we are trying to say how adaptable the service delivery system when the customer has special needs or requests. In these cases, customer judge service encounter quality in terms of flexibility of employees and the system. Here we are talking about the customization of individual needs. That is, some of the customers may have special needs or requests, but from the employee's point of view, it's not their routine work. In this case, if employees try to accommodate that need or the customer's special request, or he tried to adjust the system to meet those requirements, this particular customer perceives something special that is being done for her based on her own individual needs. So the customers will be pleased because here the service provider puts forth the efforts to accommodate and adjust the system to meet their requirements, right? Imagine if the service providers show their unwillingness to try to accommodate their needs or special request, definitely the customers will get frustrated. So that is what is meant by adaptability. Okay, then the third service encounter theme is spontaneity. That means unprompted and unsolicited employee action. See, there is no system failure and no special request or need, but the customers can still remember service encounter as being very satisfying or very dissatisfying. The satisfying incidents in this group represents very pleasant surprises for the customer. For example, special attention if the customer is being treated like royalty, receiving something nice but not requested, etc. Whereas dissatisfying incidents in these groups represent negative and unacceptable employee behavior. For example, rudeness, stealing, discrimination, or ignoring the customer, etc. I hope I am making it clear. Fourth one is coping. That is employee response to problem customers. Problem customers means such customers were basically uncooperative, that is unwilling to cooperate with the service provider or unwilling to cooperate with other customer or industry regulations and such law. The term coping is used to describe these incidents because this is the behavior generally required of employees to handle problem customer encounters. Actually, coping is a mechanism, or we can say one of the strategies people often use in the face of stress or trauma to manage painful or difficult emotion. So here employees are required to handle problem customer encounters. Okay, so that's an overview of service encounter, basic types of service encounters, and the 4 themes involved in service encounter: recovery, adaptability, spontaneity, and coping. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.